were squeezed in shoulder to shoulder and at the back of the church, and the level of participation that we all managed to achieve was incredible. I've been to masses with 500 people that the church felt empty because the church seats 2,000. We have to ask, what's our responsibility level? When we talk about the Eucharist, when we talk about celebrating and remembering the sacrifice that Jesus made for us, we have to ask, don't we have something we need to put back into this? Because if I met you tomorrow and you said to me, I've intentionally decided not to go to Mass for the last 10 years of my life, no matter how old you were, I would still welcome you into our church. I would still welcome you into the Mass. That's not what I'm saying. We need to be welcoming and we can't judge people. But the fact of the matter is, most of us fall short when it comes to our commitment levels. And the reason why is because we're not used to taking responsibility. We're not used to being held accountable. And that's where this group comes in. Because when you talk to people about how to hold each other accountable, the number one thing they will say is you need somebody who will actually do it. And sometimes it involves getting an accountability partner. Somebody you know will call you on it. And sometimes it involves being part of a group that you know will miss you. And when we're talking about welcoming people into the Eucharist and welcoming them into Mass, it's not real useful to point at people and say, you weren't there on Sunday. Because nobody needs that. But sometimes it's enough just to know that people care. So I want you to think about the last time you didn't go somewhere and somebody came up to you. Maybe it was you took the day off work. Well, you're sick or you weren't sick. Or maybe you missed school. Or maybe it was the last time you missed Mass. That somebody made the effort to reach out to you and say, you know what? We missed you. Not, you're a horrible person because you weren't there. Because if you miss somebody at school, you don't give them crap because they took the day off. Your first question is, are you okay? Are you all right? And what that says to them is, I noticed that you weren't there, and it meant something to me. The Eucharist is about celebrating the sacrifice that Jesus made for us. And we need to help each other to be accountable and to be responsible. And to actually participate the way we're supposed to participate. And I'm not going to be the one that does that for you. The fact of the matter is, I'm looking around, there are maybe 8, 10 people in the room that I'm going to notice if you don't go to Mass this week. Because for the rest of you, you don't go to my church, or you don't go to my Mass. I can't help you. But I will guarantee you there is nobody in the room who doesn't have at least 2 or 3 other people who wouldn't notice if they couldn't make it. And those are the people that we need to form our communities with so that we can keep each other accountable and we can keep each other on track. So to close it off, I just want us to take a minute and look around the room. Now, just so it doesn't get weird, try to look at everybody and don't stare at anybody, because that could be creepy. But in your head, start making a list of all of the people that you would expect to see at Mass, and more importantly, who would expect to see you. And then I want you to ask yourself one question. If they didn't show up this week, would I notice? And more importantly, if I didn't show up this week, would they notice?